Hello folks. Okay, today we're going to take a look at the Warren police employee brainwashing scheme that's been going on there for 15 years now, or maybe at least 12 years, since 2006. So anyhow, so we're looking at a Warren Patrolmen's Association post on Facebook, and it turns out this, the current union president as of today, the Warren Patrolmen's Association, is Canine Officer Joey LaFlower. He is the one that posted this. So he obviously already has a personal vendetta issue against Brian Corriveau, and he certainly has a 4,000, maybe 5,000 or 1 billion% personal vendetta against myself, Michael Burrill, because he doesn't like having his social media pictures, inappropriate pictures that he stored on the town police computer a couple years ago, doesn't like me putting them on the internet. So just to recap on that, some of you have actually seen those posts on the website, and so it turns out I've actually refrained from posting his naked pictures. So there are pictures of him engaged in sexual activity, including sex on a bed, and also there are actually pictures of his penis as well. And so those at some point will come out in court records, proving that he should actually be registered as a sex offender for having alleged sex with underage girls from Quaboag Regional High School there in Warren, and allegedly having sex with other women while in the police car and outside the police car, including one woman that he arrested for alleged prostitution that he dated the following week after, and I have additional evidence that has not been put on the internet that he was also, basically proves he was having sexual relationships with women that he arrested. Unsure what if it crossed the line or not. It obviously crossed the line because you don't date people that you arrest that still have pending charges in court. So I'm sure it's a huge issue having sexual relationship with somebody who you arrested who has pending charges in trying to get the charges negotiated, in other words. So we'll see where that goes. So Canine Officer Joey LaFlower is not the little sweet prince that the town of Warren residents know him to be. So I actually have a video coming out soon that I'm going to release some of the naked pictures of him in inappropriate things. But just in case any police officers are watching, maybe you should be sure that you don't have sex in a police car and take pictures or video it. So anyhow, so Joey LaFlower is responsible for this here. This was posted on May 19, 2019 this year. And I'll read it. Resulting from a recent investigation, Michael Burrill of Uxbridge, hey, that's me, was charged with harassment and intimidation of a witness. The following day, in the same case as above, Brian Corriveau of Warren, pictured below, was arrested for intimidation of a witness, the same alleged witness in Mr. Burrill's case, after he, meaning Brian Corriveau, allegedly intimidated the witness after Mr. Burrill was charged. So anyhow, so this is a picture of Brian Corriveau inside the Warren Police Station. So what I wanted to bring forward, what's inappropriate about this, and this is alleged information, but I'm sure it's going to be investigated after I'm bringing this forward, is when you book somebody, you're supposed to use the town booking camera, and I've been keeping track of all the Facebook posts by the association and the Warren Police Department page. So if you notice that I've caught in a pattern, so if Joe Schmo from town is arrested for drunk driving, there's no post. But heaven forbid, if you're somebody that the police department hates or you have a vendetta against, their picture, including their story, appears on social media. So in other words, they're only reporting to you the people that they want to brainwash, which is the public. So, so Mr. Corville, when I interviewed him, and I have a video of me interviewing him, he actually said that the two officers that arrested him used their personal cell phone to take this picture. Well, that's inappropriate because you're supposed to use the town department camera. So using personal cell phones to take pictures of prisoners, which is official town business, means that you're using your cell phone for town business, your personal cell phone for town business, and this picture belongs to the town of Warren, to taxpayers and voters. This does not belong to the officer that took this. So you can see automatically off the bat, this was a vendetta matter against Brian Corville, and to specifically use your personal cell phone to take this picture and exploit it on social media means that you are violating the public's trust, including the selectmen's trust of the entire integrity of the Warren Police Department, which right now is in the fucking toilet. So, anyhow, so as you can see, 29 people have commented. Let's see, okay, so anyhow, 29 people have commented right there. 10 people have shared it. Let's see. Oh, gee, James Gagner shared it. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. All right, anyhow. Oh, look. Actually, something even more interesting. Brian Corville even commented on himself, but the comment is missing. Oh, heaven forbid Joey LaFlower would erase Brian Corville's personal right to free speech. Anyhow. So I call these, so some of these people are innocent people, and some of them are what I call the mafia leaders of the town of Warren, or the cheerleaders for the crooked people. So one being is the first bimbo here. Her name is Michelle Pavini, and I don't mean that as a derogatory name, but she is the one that Gagner allegedly had a sexual affair with while he was married to his current wife. And there's actually, while he was a selectman, abused his authority with Michelle Pavini on some issues. So nothing surprises me that Michelle Pavini is, well, so in other words, you could have a police officer rob a bank or drunk driving in the police car and kill 10 people, and some of these people, not everybody, some of them there are actually people who have no idea, and some I read these comments and I know they have no idea what's going on, and other ones are obviously crooked as can be. And so anyhow, so Michelle Pavini, this is 8 weeks, oh, right here. So Sunday, May 19 at 11:40 a.m., she posts, "It's quite lovely to watch Karma in action." So I'm not going to comment on what she wrote because I have a video actually on her coming up about Gagner, so that'll be, so she'll get the Karma. Anyhow, Jamie Ledoux, no idea who that is. Weren't they both trying to run for Warren selectman? So the answer, so I can answer that question. So that answer is, it turns out my campaign sign was out, but I am not running for selectman because I don't live there. As far as Brian Corville, yes, and he's legit and was running for selectman. And then Deborah Waldron says yes, or yup. Well, that's an incorrect statement because I was not running for selectman. So this just shows you that people, truthfully have no idea of, what they're even talking about. Sue Angie Bean Libby, we already know who she is. She's vice chair of the Warren Planning Board, and her and I don't get along, and she's basically I'm not going to describe what she is because it's not even worth it describing it anyhow. So she says, yes, good for you, Sue Libby, but you're still wrong in your comment. Maybe you should get your facts straight. Gail Lyons says, good job. Stephen Bernal, is this a parody? Is this a satire? Are you guys pulling Facebook stunts like the Charlton cops? No idea what that means. Let's see. Warren Patrolman Association. I'm sure this is probably Joey replying back because he's got nothing better to do. And remember, this is also being posted from their personal cell phones because they don't have a town cell phone that has this has this Facebook account on it. So this is town business being done on personal cell phones, which violates open meeting law and also violates the public records laws. So he says legit 100%. Good for you. Sue Libby, this is No, this is real. Witness Burrell being served at the town meeting. Well, no kidding, because you already know I was being served to begin with. Because she was part of the criminal conspiracy to have me criminally charged. So, because she didn't like me videoing her on camera, verbally abusing solar customers. So, anyhow, Emily Conrad, I know who she is. Are these the same? And these are the same as Brian Kovo that was up on the ballot for selectman, and the same for Brill, who had his signs up for write-in selectman. So, Emily, if you're watching this video, to answer your question, your facts are wrong, because I was never running for selectman, and you're the one insisting to the public that I was a write-in for selectman, which is an incorrect statement. So classy. Well, it's not classy, because I just proved you wrong, that you wrote a false statement. Anyhow, Alicia Catherine Molesky, is this the same guy who was running for selectman or whatever he was running for? He has always creeped me out. I'm sure that's probably towards Brian. Yep, that's him from, okay. And then Rachel Kennan, if you were at or watched the Meet the Candidates tonight, he's the one that said, and I'm not mentally stable. That's referring to Brian. Eric Andrew, it's a shame these two walking yeast infections don't just fall into the Quaboag and never come out. Well, Eric, it turns out I don't have a yeast infection. Maybe you do. But anyhow, yeah, I don't plan on falling into the Quab, and I do swim. So you can take your comment and shove it up your ass. Jason Silvio wouldn't want to pollute the water with that. Eric Andrew again. Jason, excellent point. Let's see. Tracy Martin. Yep, there is sleazeballs all kind out there. Okay, so what? Ron John's loser. Okay, don't worry. He will attempt again for run for selectman next year as well. Sue Libby again. Can they run with felony charges against them? The answer to the question, Sue Libby, is yes. Anybody can run, and the answer is I'm not running because I don't live there, and as far as I know, Mr. Corvo probably will not run. Nothing to do with this, but Sue Libby, you're welcome to. Actually, well, you have the right to run for selectman if you don't like what other people do, but she won't run because obviously she can't even get herself out of her paper bag on the planning board. If you ever watch it, and this is my personal opinion, she also, she also has some. Well, I won't get into it. That's a video for another day. Emily Conrad, let's see. No worries. I'm going to save this post and be sure to recirculate it in the next election. Okay, Emily, go right ahead. Because I'm going to explain something in a minute. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want the river polluted. Robert Kelleher, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, Warren Patrolman's Association. And Brian Corvo liked that. Woo! It's the Angie Beanie about time. Well, Sue Libby is about to be fired off the planning board for public corruption charges. So I'm not worried about that. Joseph R. LaFlower, that's Canine LaFlower, Joey LaFlower's father. Need a hug. Too bad. Suck it up, princess. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's a reply to that. We're going to click this. Let's see what this reply says. Let's see. All right, and then the next one, Kel Morrow, witnessing karma-like and somebody drinking tea. What we do that? Okay. Sharon Jarvis, unblank and believable. Kathy Gerard, Natalie Lombardo. Okay. Oh, just meaning. Oh, somebody does share it. Let's see. I don't know why that thinks. Okay. Anyhow. Daniel Lossert, Andy Lalashis. So he's sending it. So he's tagging Andy. You should have a good chuckle. Okay. I believe I know who Andy Lalashis is. And of course, Stacy LaFlower. Oh my God. So Stacy LaFlower is actually the wife of Canine Joey LaFlower, who created this post. So if you ever don't understand the word mafia cheerleader, she certainly fits that description. So it turns out, obviously, oh, here we go. Sorry, you can't see it. There we go. Right there you go. Now you can see it. Way to go, Warren PD. Oh, good for you. Let's see who liked this. Warren Patrolman, Michelle Pavini, and Rachel Carney. Oh, well, Rachel Carney, I'm familiar with her. Michelle Pavini, I've only seen a few times. And, of course, Joey, the webmaster at Warren Patrolman Association, is, of course, going to like what his wife says. So, while we're doing a quick video, I'll spend about 10 seconds. So, if any of you see Joey LaFlower or Stacy LaFlower, ask her why she got in trouble with the school superintendent, Brett, for allegedly bringing her gun onto school property while doing cheerleading practice. She got caught because one of the parents complained. So the Warren Police Department covered it up, and so did allegedly Brett. And it turns out the gun, I actually know all the information about the gun, but I'm not going to disclose it here. But anyhow, yeah, so Stacy actually did legally get in trouble and was talked to about bringing her gun because she's not a police officer. She's not supposed to be bringing it on the school property. So I've already been given the evidence that she did bring the gun and that she was told not to bring it anymore. So Joey and Bruce Spiewakowski, the former police chief, knew all about that, and so did Brett. And then eventually when a parent complained, she got caught. So she's not exactly the little sweet lady like the public thinks she is. So anyhow, and I'm going to be, there will be a separate video on K9 Joey and Stacy LaFlower and the gun incident. And I'm going to actually show all the documents that I have, including the gun information, and show how it was all covered up. The school and Bruce covered it up. So anyhow, so that should be something that should upset Quaboag Regional School parents, that you got somebody who's not a police officer, but who they just look the other way, allowing to carry a gun, and then finally it got caught, and then they can't anymore. So I'm going to end this video. I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes, so we're at 17 minutes now. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and it'll be an exciting next video on what we see next. Thanks.